All right, speaking of YouTube nightmares. All right, let's get into the shit. So I'm aware of the Joy situation because like I told you guys, I've been cleaning all day, and I normally, whenever I'm cleaning, I have music on in the background or something that I can, just listen to as I'm cleaning. So I've been like catching up on the Joy situation, and then I was just like vacuuming my room, and she was live. So I hopped on her stream. Jack discussed a little bit of what was going on. I think like this morning, what happened was this morning, I think like Onision woke up this morning and he was like, well, I'm not as relevant as I used to be. Occasionally, I find that kind of unfortunate, even though I'm not a fan of his. I think it's kind of sad to see like a YouTube channel fall like that, and I think it is the fault of YouTube, and that sucks for him. I don't really sympathize very much though, because he's been horrible to me, so it's whatever. I'm not personally invested, but it does scare me objectively looking at that, because if it can happen to someone with his following, like the size of his following, it could happen to anyone. I've never been as successful as he is, or what? I don't know. The level of success that he reached is probably out of sight for me. So if someone who has accomplished that much, can fall so fast, overnight, it almost seems, that is definitely a threat to anybody else on YouTube. It's scary. So that aspect of it does not make me happy. Katie, but I feel like he woke up this morning and was just very frustrated with his situation and decided he needed to stir up some shit, and he needed to stir up some shit now, because he's losing relevancy fast. So he, I think that's part of the reason why he started the shit with Joy. I think he DM'd her is what she said. He DM'd her saying, like, your move or something, like, obviously antagonizing her, trying to get her to react, because he needs drama right now to have people looking at him, to keep the eyeballs on his channel. And the reason that I think that it's today specifically is because you guys know that a couple of days he made a video about me. This is such a long story. He made a video about me a couple of days ago, and he was again talking about my boobs because it's one of his favorite topics. And he was talking about how, he doesn't understand why I was mad at the video he made about me. And upon watching this, I felt like there's no way he's serious. He's got to know what he did was wrong. I left a comment saying, okay, even though you acknowledge that if it was my choice, it's fine, you still spent an entire video bashing me and saying very hurtful things that legitimately hurt my feelings. He just didn't seem to get it in his video. And he actually mentioned in that video that we're no longer speaking, and that the last thing I texted him was basically asking him not to text me. I said, find somebody else to interact with if you need questions answered about your YouTube analytics. And I am pretty aware of like news involving YouTube. Like I have managers that I frequently speak with, so I know a lot about analytics and like trends and why certain things happen. I'll tell you to cite her sources. Okay, well, what has she not cited that she needs to cite? I'm not aware of that as a problem, but definitely it's important to do that. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. The last thing I said to him was for him to stop asking me questions, even though I do know a lot about that kind of thing. Like, you can't insult me like that and insult my significant other and expect me to want to continue casually texting you. I tried to do it for a long time, even though there were little things that would annoy me. But that video that he made about me was too much. That was just, it was so insulting and hurtful that I was just like, nope, that's it. I'm not going to stick around just to be nice to him again, for him to turn around and do something even worse to me next time. I'm done. I'm out. That was my last straw. And it takes a lot for me. I put up with a lot of shit before I got to that point. But that was it. That was my last straw. And so my last thing that I texted him, and he even mentioned this in the video, was find somebody else to get your analytics data from, or like to discuss it with, because I can't do that anymore. If you don't cite sources, he uses it against you. Oh, this is true. This is true. Which is ridiculous, because if you don't cite your sources, he uses it against you. You gotta be specific. Yeah, but he doesn't apply the same logic to himself. Like, for example, in that video he made about me, he went on and on and on about how it was Richie's choice and how I probably didn't make the choice for myself. And he, like, speculated with absolutely no evidence, and nothing, not even a hint that it had anything to do with, like, he had nothing to go on, zero, and he still made this piece, like, video about me, and now he still has the balls to go after other people, being like, you need to cite your sources. It's like, bro, apply these rules to yourself. Trying to burr. So with all of that in mind, you guys know how pissed I was. You were around for all of that drama, and the last thing I told him was to not text me, and I thought I made it pretty clear. And then I made that video about him, Onision After JoySparkles, only I used like symbols to be relevant. You're right, Code. I made it very clear that I wanted communication to stop. Because like I said, I reached a breaking point. I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow. Joy is supposed to debate him. Tomorrow. I hope that happens. He's pretty stubborn in wanting to do it on Lainey's You Now, and she's pretty stubborn at wanting to do it on her channel and Super Chat. If they don't find a way to compromise, it won't happen. And I think that if they debated, it'd be a really good thing. If they actually had this conversation, it'd be a really good thing. So I went on Joy's live stream and just told her, I'm like, listen, maybe if it were me, I would concede. I would go on Lainey's You Now just so that the debate can happen. If you want, you can rip it, you can download it, you can post it on your channel, and that's fine. But do it, just somehow. Yeah, even if he profits off of it, honestly, he doesn't get that much on You Now. I've seen their streams; like they don't get that much. And she would benefit from it so much, just by uploading it to her channel. So I'm hoping that if he doesn't agree to go onto her Super Chat thing, that she like at least gives in to seeing what happens on Lainey's broadcast. That's the one thing I'll say. Like, I know that he is the one asking for the debate, so which means if you're the one asking for it and you're the one who wants it, then you should at least listen to what the other requests are. Like, if she wants it to be on her stream and you're the one asking for it, then maybe do it on her stream. But I think he's of the mindset that he's the more popular person and therefore it should be on his stream. I don't really know what to think about that whole thing. Like, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. It's not going to make that big of a difference. So I just want the debate to happen. Joy's I don't know. Like, everyone has mixed feelings. There are some people in here that like Greg, some people that don't. Some people like Joy, some people that don't. I don't care. I feel like if she talked to him and they actually debated, I feel like she would kill it. I feel like she would blow him out of the water, and I want that to happen. Like, I don't know. It's not hard. I can tell you from experience. Exactly. And if she has to give in a little bit and go on to Lainey's You Now to make that happen and crush him, then fine. End result is still the same. That's where I stand on that. No, I am not defending him by saying she should go on Lainey's podcast. I'm just saying, I'm like an eager, this is great for me. Because finally, because last time this whole, shit went down with him debating, it was me. I was the one debating him. And now I don't have to deal with the stress of that. I can just sit back and make myself some popcorn and watch the shit hit the fan. And I'm looking forward to that. But it won't happen if they can't decide where to have the frickin' debate. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. The blog is probably gonna download this somehow and post it. So hello to the blog. Cheers. It's funny. I don't care. I mean, listen, if you don't want something to be public, don't say it, especially on a You Now stream with 340 people watching it. Someone's going to download it and post it. That's fine. Never say something. I don't even write, if there's something I really don't want anyone to know or see, I don't photograph it, I don't text it, I don't write it down, I certainly don't say it live stream, because come on. He said he was going to destroy her and make her cry. That doesn't really sound like a debate to me. Will there be a moderator? No, it's probably going to be the same deal as my debate. It's not structured, it's not formal. It is more of a conversation, and a bad one at that, because there is no moderator, and there's no one being basically the referee. So that's frustrating, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because he throws temper tantrums and acts like a child, and if she can remain calm enough it will be so easy for her to just dominate this debate. And he talks big that he's going to kill it and destroy her and make her cry. It's like, okay, your goal should never be going into a debate to make the other person cry. If that's your goal, then like you don't have good intentions. So why do the debate? But he just, whatever. I think that she should do it. I hope that she does it. I'm going to be waiting, like, even though I'm picking him up tomorrow, like, we're going to be watching this, and I hope the debate happens, regardless of where. I just hope it happens. I'm going to pop some popcorn. I'm going to listen, if it happens, I will make popcorn and Snapchat myself watching it. Who knows? Maybe I'll even live stream my reaction to the live stream, me just, like, sitting there eating popcorn. Because I'm ready. I'm so ready. I went through this hell one time. Now, hopefully, Joy, goes through the same thing. And even though it's, like, uncomfortable as it's happening and, like, stressful a little bit, and, like, you get really annoyed and it's hard to hold back your emotions of pure rage, it's worth it. It's worth it because I feel like I accomplished something in mine, and that he agreed to stop talking about Eugenia. He didn't really, but it's helped a little. I hope it, like, slowed it down into a stream of it. Maybe. Who knows? But, I feel like she would be able to make a lot of really good points. So I'm excited. I hope it happens. It's so weird how bad he wants to give Lainey a boost. What do you mean? Oh, do you mean how he's like, oh, we're going to live stream on Lainey's You now so that no one profits? Is what he was telling to Joy. He was telling her, like, oh, if we live stream on Lainey's You now, no one will profit. I'm like, you and Lainey are married. Of course you profit from that. Do we need to explain this? But... yeah, and he called it a charity. I'm like, okay, unless your joint bank account is charity. Even if you have separate bank accounts, she is your, like, wife. Don't act like you're not benefiting.